Good afternoon, everybody. I know I probably look like I've been through a tornado this morning and a half. There's just a couple of things I wanted to touch on with you guys today. I'm still going to show you the videos, but I want you to be aware of some of the things that can happen. They told us, first of all, to always make sure Mom stayed hydrated. And so the only thing she always drank was Coke and coffee. And so she's like I am. She hates plain water, and I do too. But she always loved Orange Crush. So I found the little packs of the Orange Crush powder that you can put in your bottled water. So what I do every day, first thing when she drinks, is I take a bottled water, put a packet of that Orange Crush in it, shake it up, put it over ice in her cup. She has her own special cup that she uses. And so that's the first thing that she drinks all day. And when she's drunk her bottled water for the day, she's thought she has drank Orange Crush, but really she's drank water that tastes like Orange Crush. So a lot of times you have to kind of find ways. You heard that old saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat, which is not something you want to hear at a Chinese restaurant. But that we keep her hydrated doing that, and then the rest of the day she can have Coke. But also, as it progresses, this week, the past couple of weeks has been several changes, and if I'm talking low, it's because she's asleep in the chair beside me, and she hadn't slept for the past 2 nights. So, well, neither will have my sister and I. So, their bowels want to freeze up, and so we've been giving her Colace, and it's like a stool softener and laxative all in one pill. And we've started crushing her pills up. They make these little things they're about $5, I think. Target, I actually got mine on sale at Target for $5. They were actually more than that to begin with, but you put the pills in it and turn it, and the screw, when you turn it, it crushes the pills into powder. And what Mom loves is strawberry applesauce. So we take a spoonful of strawberry applesauce and mix it in with the crushed medicine, and then she takes her medicine really good. So that helps you out a lot, taking the medicine, because she got to where she was wanting to chew the pills. And so she's this week has gotten to where she don't tell you when she has to use the bathroom. She's not incontinent. She hadn't done that at all. But you have to recommend to her, hey, let's go try to number one. And number two is a whole deal itself. The doctor told us to just make sure that she tried to do number two about every 3 days. And so we were worried about her. And this morning I sat her on the toilet and nothing. And so I put her in the shower chair that has a bucket underneath it, rolled her into the shower, and once that warm water hits their skin, for some reason it makes all their muscles in their body relax, and it also relaxes, I don't want to be too graphic, that muscle. And she did number two in the bucket. So I was proud of myself because I got that done. Well, after I got her washed off and got her dressed, she can't get up in my Hummer anymore. That started this week. She loved my Hummer because it's orange. She always called it her orange truck, and I would always have to use my knee to help her get up in it. But this week I about hurt my back doing it. Well, she drives a Chrysler Sebring is what her car is, and so we've started using it. But now when she tries to sit down, it's lower, so it makes her feel like she's falling to the ground. And so, boy, she's strong as a grizzly bear. I had to basically put her in the car. She was not fighting me, like hitting me or nothing, but she just was not budging. So I had to budge her. But once I got her in the car, before everyone got out of the driveway, she was asleep, and I'm sitting there thinking that must be nice. But those are a couple of things that I thought, always talk to your doctor before you do anything. But like I said, keep them hydrated. Even if you have to buy the little packs of powder to put in the water to get them to drink it, you can kind of trick them into thinking they're drinking something else besides water. And plus, you're hydrating them and keeping them from getting dehydrated at the same time. Again, if you're having trouble with the poop, even if you're using the laxatives and the stool softeners, uh, every other day I'll put a little Metamucil in her water also to give her some fiber to help her go too. So remember that. And then, like I said, if they're not going, and we keep a calendar of when she goes number 2, and so we know when it's been 3 days. And if she won't do it on the toilet, then if you have a shower chair or something, and I'll be honest with you, you don't always have to go to these high price medical places to get them. You can always find stuff like this at thrift stores and all that. And I mean, you can sanitize it. It's, some people are funny about using other people's stuff, but Pine Sol, anything like that, you can use to clean it, and it's just as good. It don't cost hardly anything to buy these, and it's so much easier. And so when that water hits their body, it makes their muscles relax, including that one, and they're able to poop. I don't know why it is that way, but that's just a couple of things I wanted to share with you today to, keep them hydrated, even if you have to trick them. Now, if she won't cope the rest of the day, that's fine because she's already had her water. But that's how we try to keep her from getting dehydrated. And she'd been impacted before, so we tried to learn from that. So we use the Colace, which is a stool softener and laxative all in one. We use a little Mucinex in the water every other day. Keep a calendar and mark when she poops. That way you'll know if it's been 3 or so many days until she had done it last. And those are just a couple of things you really have to watch out for, that and UTIs. If you suspect that they have a UTI and they just all of a sudden start acting, their behavior changes just really suddenly, then they might have a UTI. And I always call your doctor. If you suspect a UTI, you call the doctor. I was told by Mom's doctor that they didn't care how many times we had to call, that if we suspected she had one, to call them, and they would do give her the antibiotic or whatever for it. So that's just a couple of things I want to share with you today. And like I said, I'll get to the videos. I'm sorry I hadn't got to show any of those yet, but anybody that's doing this knows you have to pick and choose your battles, and do whatever you can whenever you can. And that's the main thing. I keep a journal of what we do from day to day. It's just a regular journal, leather bound. I had bought it for a couple years ago, and so I've written down the whole 3 years that I have taken care of her. I write down, and then any changes in her behavior, anything that's caused by the medicines, anything like that, I'll mark that page specifically with something like M for medicine, something in her medicine didn't cause her to do right, or things like that, or something changed, or her emotions or whatever. And I've kept a record of that. Keep a poop calendar, and like I said, just do those things. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll be glad to answer you. I'll never try to self-diagnose. I'll always refer you back to your patient's doctor. But a lot of times you just don't know what to do, when these things happen. And there's several things this past week that I have had to say to my mom that I'm pretty sure she probably had to say to me too when I was little. The first one was, you can't use a cat litter box because they don't like to share. Second one is, do not eat the paper napkin. You're not a goat. Or don't chew that medicine. That's not a handful of Tic Tacs. So that's why we started crushing the medicine. But you can mix that crushed medicine in with things like applesauce, yogurt. We tried the yogurt deal, but it seems like she likes the applesauce. So she still has a good appetite. Uh, I tell her we've always been mushy anyway, my family has. So I don't know how many times a day I tell her I love her. She tries to tell me she loves me too. I hold her hand a lot, I hug her a lot. I just pray that, like when I was giving her a shower this morning, uh, I hate to, when she cries out because she don't like a shower, but deep in there somewhere she understands I'm trying to help her. And so while I was bathing her, and I think she was so happy because she had been kind of impacted, and she would bend down and kiss me on the head and stuff like that while I was washing her feet. And it makes me feel like the woman in the Bible that washed Jesus' feet with her hair. So it's an honor and a privilege to me to be able to do that for them. Now, is it always easy? No, and it takes a special person to be able to do that. But when you love somebody so much and they've done so much for you, then there's nothing that you wouldn't do for them, good, bad, or ugly. Sometimes they can say things that hurt your feelings. Well, 5 minutes later, they don't remember saying it, which would be great. But 5 minutes later, my feelings are still hurt. So I've had to learn how to put my big boy pants on and know that she would die if she knew, she was being ornery in any way, because she was just always such a prayer warrior and the best mom you could have ever asked for. And so I just wanted to share these things with you today. And like I said, if you have any questions, don't, you feel free to text me or respond to me or whatever, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But these are a couple of things I wanted to tell you today. I hope everybody has a good day, and remember that you can't take care of anyone else if you don't take care of yourself first. Have a good day. Bye.